So like I said that now what it will become, PV is equals to 2/3 of EK. So I hope that in the previous stream you have understood up to this much. Now PV is equals to RT for 1 mole of gas, half mvc square is equals to E bar K. So PV is equals to RT for N is equals to 1 mole of gas. RT is equals to 2/3 of E bar K, 2/3 of E bar K. We get PV equals to RT. RT is equals to, because N equals to 1 here. So up to this much I have explained in the previous stream. If you have any doubt, please ask me in WhatsApp. Now moving forward, I can say that EK, average kinetic energy, is equals to 3/2 of RT. I can write that, right? So I am so sorry, I did one mistake in the previous video. This is not average kinetic energy, this is kinetic energy. Half mc square is not average kinetic energy. I'm so sorry, because why I'm saying I have done the mistake, I'm so sorry for doing the mistake. Why I'm then saying I have done the mistake, because EK is equals to, when you take half into molar mass into c square, that will be kinetic energy, not average kinetic energy, because I am not dividing anything with the number of molecules. Am I dividing with the number of molecules? No, I have not divided with the number of molecules, have I? Because you see the difference between average kinetic energy is half mc square. Here m is the mass of each molecule and c square is the root mean square velocity of like this. So it should come like this. But in place of this small m, in place of this small m, I have taken this big M, which is the molar mass. So this is kinetic energy, not average kinetic energy. I was doing mistake. So it will be kinetic energy. So anyway, so kinetic energy of this is equals to 3/2 of RT. So you know na, kinetic energy of a gas is directly proportional to temperature. So if any day ask you to justify, if they ask you the question, justify that kinetic energy of the molecules is directly proportional to temperature, you can justify using this. Not average kinetic energy, but kinetic energy is directly proportional to molecules temperature, like this. Average kinetic energy also can be explained. Just look into the next video for that. Okay. Now if I say average kinetic energy is what? E bar K, right? Like I previously said. So if it is E bar K, now it should be like kinetic energy EK divided by the number of molecules. Now why have you divided by Na? Because I am considering it Avogadro's number. Sir, why are you considering it Avogadro's number? Because the previous expression that I have derived, I have taken 1 mole of gas. So if I taken 1 mole of gas, N will get converted into Na, right? So Avogadro's number. So now, or simply N, the total number of molecules. Now, so EK का expression, what did you get? EK का expression you get 3/2 RT. Didn't you get 3/2 RT in the previous video? Divided by Na. So it should be 3/2 R by Na into T. Now here R by Na is a constant. Why it is a constant? It is known as Boltzmann constant. Boltzmann constant. Okay, after the scientist Boltzmann, it is known as Boltzmann constant. R by Na is a constant. So what do you get? EK by Na is equals to 3/2 kT, small kt, where small k is equals to R by Na and small k is Boltzmann constant. So this is the basic funda or basic concept. And here you can get that average kinetic energy E bar K is equals to this, is equals to this, is equals to this. So E bar K is actually E bar K, average kinetic is equals to 3/2 K into T. So that is proved. So I hope that you will understand this proof. If you have not understood, so if I like summarize, okay, it has been a lot of hanky-panky here and there. So if I kind of summarize that what I told in today's up till now is that you have known this expression. Now please be careful here. Sometimes it becomes very deceptive. This is capital N. This is total number of molecules, mass of one molecule, U is the velocity. Okay, so this you have to understand. And how you derive this, if you see the derivation of this properly and do the derivation of this, there shouldn't be any confusion that what this is. This is known as kinetic gas equation. Now when you look at this kinetic gas equation, right, when you look at this kinetic gas equation, this happens, and I have explained you what is kinetic energy and what is average kinetic energy when you divide by total number of molecules, because I have done a mistake later on, that's why I am telling again, divide by total number of molecules. Now, so you know that average kinetic energy is like this, and this entire thing was expressed as root mean square velocity. Okay, so 1/3 of m into, this is mass of one molecule into average into root mean square velocity square. Now if m into n becomes capital M, that is number of moles, molar mass, because m is mass of one molecule and capital N is Avogadro number here, and then your this thing, it's root mean square velocity ka expression, you get this, this and this. And why you get, you know very well, you can see the previous video to understand. Now here, relation between average kinetic energy and absolute temperature, PV is equal to 1/3 of mnc square. Again I have done m into n to be capital M, because I have taken 1 mole. Now with this, the kinetic energy, if I take half mc square, here 2/3 I have done, half I have done, so 2 cancel ho jane se, so these expressions, half into molar mass into c square, I can take it kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is this. Now how can you tell it is directly proportional to temperature, is this. Now I will go into average kinetic energy, and PV equals to RT, that's why you can write RT also. So how can you tell that it is average kinetic energy? Average kinetic energy is EK by total number of molecules. Why have you taken Avogadro molecule, sir? Because I have taken for 1 mole. So 3/2 RT by Na, so 3/2 R by Na into T. So EK is equal to 3/2 KT, where K is known as Boltzmann constant, R by Na. So I hope that you have understood this. Just one thing which is important to know, apart from root mean square speed of molecules, there is another parameter, that is average speed of molecules. Now when you talk about average speed of root means, apart from the root mean square of the speed of molecules, you can talk about average speed of molecules. Now when I start talking about average speed of molecules, when I do start talking about average speed of molecules, now what should I say, or how should I say? Average speed is, I should denote it, see, root mean square is C is equals to root over N1 V1 square N2 V2 square plus N3 V3 square plus dot 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 like this, plus N1 plus N2 plus N3 plus dot 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 like this. Average speed is denoted by C bar, okay, and it is equals to N1 V1 plus N2 V2 plus N3 V3 plus dot 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 plus divided by N1 plus V1 plus N1 plus N2 plus N3, means total number of molecules, right, dot dot dot. It is just not any derived from any kinetic energy equation that it will come from come like this. It is just average velocity. So let us consider n number of molecules is carrying V1 number of velocities, N2 number of molecules carrying V2 number of velocities, N3 number of molecules carrying V3 number of velocities, and hence this occurs. So that is C bar. Now when you understand what is C bar, this is known as the average velocity. Different molecules at of speeds are average, just the average of different molecules. So if I have to derive this, I have shown you derivation that C can also be written as what, 3 root over 3 RT by V, or C can also be written as root over 3 PV by V, or C can also be written as root over 3P by D. Okay, so all these things. I'm so sorry, not V, M. Okay, and root over 3P by D. So 3RT by M, M is the molar mass, huh? So not V. So M, this you just derived, just I taught you. Okay, so this is this thing. So this thing can be expressed like this, and how it can be expressed, that I have proved in the previous video. Now this can also be written, this is a different, and this can also be written as C bar is equals to root over 8 RT by pi m. Now you will tell derive this, sorry, this derivation is then graduation of chemistry. Okay, of course you can look into higher books for this. If you want, I can send you the picture, but the derivation is, you will not understand the derivation right now. So this derivation is in graduation, so you just remember that this can be written as like this. This derivation was important because I wanted to prove the average kinetic energy thing, right? Because if I wouldn't have done this derivation, then I couldn't have been, if I wouldn't have done this derivation at first, okay, by using this Mn as 1 mole, when I would have directly said this, then it would be a mess in your mind. That's why I was bound to do this derivation, and it was easy also. However, and at this derivation, why it becomes easy, you know, this derivation, this derivation, sorry, this derivation from here, how it came here, it becomes easy because only of this equation. That is PV is equals to 1/3 of mnc square, because you have derived this previously and you have just taken m into n to be 1 mole of gas. That's why this derivation becomes very easy. But this derivation is a different way of derivation, so you just have to remember. I'm sorry, I cannot show you this derivation right now. So this thing you should remember. Now in the previous videos you have seen that the speed, the root mean square speed that you have learned, the average velocity, average speed that you have learned, okay, and you have learned about Boltzmann constant and everything you have learned. So as a matter of fact, if there is a gas and the gas is present inside a vessel, then kinetic gas equation says PV is equals to 1/3 of m, mass of one molecule, into number of molecule is into c square, where this c is root mean square velocity, RMS velocity, which is equals to c is equals to root over v1 n1 v1 square into n1 plus v2 square into n2 plus v3 square into n3 and dot 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 plus by n1 plus n2 plus n3 dot dot dot. And from here you have derived the Ek is equals to how much, and Ek bar is equals to how much, that is 3 by 2 kT. From here what you can say is how average kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature, because these two are constants. So average kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature from here. And you also have learned that Ek is equals to simply 3 by 2 RT. This equation also you have learned. So when these are moving, so these are the things that are happening. And yeah, of course, the you have also learned that C bar is equals to root over C bar is equals to V1 N1 plus V2 N2 simply plus V3 N3 plus dot 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 divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3 plus dot dot dot. And this thing also you have learned. And you have also learned a derivation that also C is equals to root over 3 RT by M, which is the molar mass. For 1 mole of gas you have taken C is equals to root over 3 PV by RT. M you can do, and also C is equals to root over 3P by density of the gas also you can do. Okay, so you all know what is density, what is pressure, what is volume. These things have been explained to you before. So if you want to visualize this, I hope that you'll be able to visualize that what is the root mean square velocity, and it is depending on the molar mass, or inversely proportional to the molar mass. The more the molar mass, more heavier it is, more less will be the velocity, more halka it will be, more will be the velocity. Isn't it proving from here? Okay, and isn't it proving that it is directly proportional, velocity is directly proportional to the temperature? It is also proved that the average kinetic energy is directly proportional to the temperature. So these are the direct ideas that it is, yes, proportional to the temperature or root of the temperature. Now from here, one interesting thing that comes down to our understanding is that if it is so, then and also another thing you have learned that R by Na is Boltzmann constant. Boltzmann constant. What is R by Na? R is the work done by the gas to move. Nature of R I have explained you previously. So think in that way, that R is the work done of the gas to move, isn't it? When you see PV is equals to nRT, R is equals to actually PV by NT. So what is the nature of the R? Is work done per mole of the gas to expand or to contract, that is R. So joule per mole per Kelvin was the unit. So that divided by total number of molecules is a constant. Okay, the work done divided by total number of molecules means what is the work done by one molecule. And if anybody asks you that what is the nature of Boltzmann constant, nature of Boltzmann constant, what if they ask you what is the nature of Boltzmann constant? So nature of Boltzmann constant, if they ask you, you have to tell that the work done by one molecule, isn't it? When there is 1 mole of the molecule, and R amount of work, R is the amount of work done by an ideal gas, PV is equals to nRT, where R is the work done to expand. So Na divided by Na means work done by 1 mole of the gas, isn't it? So that is the Boltzmann constant. So obviously it was joule per mole per Kelvin. R का unit was what? Joule per mole per Kelvin, isn't it? So it will divided by number of moles, it will be joule per Kelvin. Unit will be joule per Kelvin, and it is a constant. Okay, the value of this universal constant is 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin. You also should remember this. These are the things that you should remember, that it is like this. Now, as you have understood from these things that EK bar or average kinetic energy bar is directly is equals to half mc square. Now what is this m? Mass of one molecule into c square, because this was expressed previous, this was proved previously only. This was proved previously only, if you remember. Half into mass of one molecule into root mean square velocity, that is average kinetic energy. I'll show you where it was proved. Here, see, here it was already proved. So if I take this and if I consider the Boltzmann thing also, that EK bar is also equals to what is it? 3 by 2 kt, 3 by 2 small k t, right? Now the fact is this, that from here EK bar is directly proportional to c square. Okay, now here from here EK bar is directly proportional to t. So from this to t is directly proportional to c square, or c is directly proportional to root over of t. Now if temperature becomes 0, as Kelvin temperature, T means Kelvin temperature, that is minus 273 degrees Celsius, then C will also become 0. So that means it is proved that at minus 273 degrees Celsius molecular motion ceases to exist. That means matter only ceases to exist. If there is no molecular motion, there will be no matter at all. Okay, now we will learn about Maxwell Boltzmann distribution of molecular speeds. Now I'll learn about Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution of molecular speeds, or most probable speed. Now you will think that Bapre, there was this thing, এক ছিল root mean square velocity, আরেক ছিল average velocity, এখন আবার নতুন কি most probable speed or most probable velocity. This is denoted by C star. Most probable speed concept is very easy. Suppose for example you plot a graph, okay, and in the y-axis you plot NA, delta n by n. Delta n represents fraction of a molecule, means some molecules, sorry, delta n represents some molecules, n represent all molecules, তাহলে delta n by n will represent fraction of molecules, তাই না? Yes or no? It will represent fraction of molecules. So when it will represent fraction of molecules, so when this graph is plotted against molecular speed, okay, this experiment was done by, this graph was given by Maxwell and Boltzmann, তাই তাদের নাম, that's why their name is used. Okay, so when they plotted some that how many fraction of molecules will have very low speed, how many fraction of molecule will have very high speed, how many fraction of molecule will have a mediocre speed, they wanted to see that. When they wanted to see that and plotted the graph, surprisingly they got a bell-shaped graph like this. Now what this bell-shaped graph represents, that very less number of molecules or very less fraction of molecules have less speed. Again, very less fraction of molecules has high speed, but most fraction of molecules have average speed. Has average speed. Now, when you understand this, that less number of molecules have low speed, less number of molecules have very high speed, because here it is high speed, and most has the average speed. This speed at the tip, from this tip, most number of molecules, when then you will get this speed is known as C star, or most probable speed. This speed, most number of molecules having the speed, is known as most probable speed. So this is the concept of most probable speed. तो चलो अब देखते हैं कि तो प्रीवियस वीडियो में ये तो समझ में आ गया होगा ना कि मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड किसको कहते हैं. तो मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड का फॉर्मूला है C स्टार इज इक्वल्स टू √2RT/m. तो अगर ये 2RT/m फार्मूला है तो फार्मूला डेरिवेशन दरकार नहीं है, क्योंकि मैक्सवेल बोल्ट्जमैन डेरिवेशन भी हायर क्लास में है. तो अभी सोचो ये मोलर मास से इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल है, राइट. टेम्परेचर से तो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होगा. टेम्परेचर का इफेक्ट मैं बाद में दिखाता हूँ, पहले मोलर मास का इफेक्ट दिखाता हूँ. सोचो एक गैस है क्लोरीन, जिसका मोलर मास हाई होगा, m हाई होगा. एक गैस है नाइट्रोजन, इसका m लो होगा. तो N2 का स्पीड हाई होगा. तो ये जो ग्राफ दिख रहा है मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड का, ये है N2 का ग्राफ, क्योंकि इसका मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड बीच वाला जो है ये यहाँ पे आया है. और ये जो ग्राफ है इसका भारी मॉलिक्यूल्स है, तो इसका मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड्स इस तरफ है, तो इसका मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड पीछे की तरफ है या कम है. लेकिन दोनों का किसी भी गैस का ग्राफ ड्रॉ करो वो ऐसा ही आएगा. बहुत सारा कम मॉलिक्यूल्स ही लो स्पीड में रहेगा, बहुत कम मॉलिक्यूल्स ही हाई स्पीड में रहेगा, ज़्यादातर मॉलिक्यूल एवरेज स्पीड में रहेगा, और सबसे ज़्यादा मॉलिक्यूल जिस स्पीड में रहेगा उसको मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड कहा जाता है. तो ये मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड N2 के लिए हायर है और Cl2 के लिए लोअर इस वजह से है क्योंकि N2 का मॉलिकुलर मास हाई है और Cl2 का मॉलिकुलर मास लो है. इसलिए N2 का मॉलिकुलर मास लो है इसलिए स्पीड हाई है, और Cl2 का मॉलिकुलर मास हाई है इसलिए स्पीड लो है. इसलिए ग्राफ भी इस तरफ शिफ्ट हो गया है. ठीक है. कोई पूछ सकता है तुम्हें कि N2 का इस तरफ शिफ्ट हुआ क्यों है. इस तरफ शिफ्ट होना पड़ेगा तो क्योंकि मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स विल हैव अ हायर एवरेज वेलोसिटी और मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड देन मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ क्लोरीन. तो ये तो ऑटोमेटिकली शिफ्ट होना ही पड़ेगा. नाउ लेट अस सी द इफेक्ट ऑफ C स्टार ऑन टेम्परेचर. यू कैन सी इट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टेम्परेचर. सेम गैस लेता हूँ. हाँ, सोचो एक पर्टिकुलर गैस, ये एक पर्टिकुलर गैस का क्या बोलते हैं उसको, ग्राफ है. अब जब ये पर्टिकुलर गैस का ग्राफ है, जब टेम्परेचर बढ़ाओगे तो पता है क्या होगा, गैस का ग्राफ ऐसे शिफ्ट होगा. ठीक है. और टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दो, गैस का ग्राफ ऐसे शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. सर ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? पहली बात तो ये है, शिफ्ट इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि टेम्परेचर जब बढ़ाओगे मोस्ट प्रोबेबल ज़्यादातर मॉलिक्यूल का वेलोसिटी बढ़ जाएगा, इसलिए मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स विल हैव अ हायर मोस्ट प्रोबेबल स्पीड. सर ये ग्राफ ऊंचा था तो ये T1 टेम्परेचर में है, ये T2 टेम्परेचर में है, ये T3 टेम्परेचर में है. T3 टेम्परेचर हायर देन T2 इज़ हायर देन T1. सर ऐसा क्यों? ये नीचे की तरफ आ गया है क्यों? ऐसा ही इसलिए क्योंकि इस तरफ शिफ्ट होना था, क्योंकि ये नीचे की तरफ इसलिए आ गया है क्योंकि द टोटल नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स एक्सप्रेस्ड हेयर शुड बी इक्वल्स टू द टोटल नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स इन द नेक्स्ट ग्राफ. Right. So the fact is this, that the total number of molecules which is expressed here is equals to the total number of molecules. तो यहाँ पे जो एरिया कवर करना है, पहले ऐसा था, यहाँ पे जो एरिया है इसकी ये एरिया रिप्रेजेंट करता है टोटल नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स, बिकॉज डेल्टा एन बाई एन पूरा एरिया रिप्रेजेंट करता है टोटल नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स. जब शिफ्ट होगा नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स तो चेंज नहीं होगा, इसीलिए थोड़ा नीचे की तरफ चला जाता है ताकि ये रिप्रेजेंट कर सके कि जो more number of molecules which are carrying this C1 star velocity now due to increase in temperature T2 will carry C2 star velocity, which is more, but the number of fractions which are carrying less velocity and the number of fractions which are carrying more velocity, that will also change. Now more number of molecules, less number of molecules will carry less velocity, क्योंकि टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दिए हो, ये ऐसा है. फिर टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दिया तो ये ऐसे शिफ्ट करेगा, क्योंकि अभी लेस नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स विल कंटेन लेस नंबर ऑफ वेलोसिटी एंड मोर नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स विल कंटेन मोर नंबर ऑफ वेलोसिटी देन प्रीवियस. और इस वजह से नीचे भी चला आया है, क्योंकि अमाउंट ऑफ नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स शुड बी इक्वल्स टू द नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स हियर, इसीलिए ये नीचे की तरफ आ गया है एंड द मोस्ट प्रोबेबल वेलोसिटी भी बढ़ गया है. नाउ यू नो दैट C इज इक्वल्स टू 3RT by m root over, then C bar is equals to root over 8RT by m and C star is equals to root over 2RT by m. So if you do a ratio of all this, if you do the ratio of all these three, how will be they related? So if I do like C bar by C, so what should I get? 8RT, sorry, pi m, 8RT by pi m into m by 3RT. So what do you get? Root over 8 by 3 pi. So what do you get? If you put the value of pi, root over 0.848, which is equals to 0.921. So C bar is equals to 0.921 into C, right? So average velocity is equals to 0.921 times of root mean square velocity. Now C star by C, if you do, you will get root over 2RT by m, C star is root over into m by 3RT, right? So you will get root over 2 by 3. So what do you get? Root over 0.667, which is 0.816. So C star is equals to 0.816 into C. So from here, if you do the ratio of all the three, C star is to C bar is to C is equals to, you will get root over 2RT by m is to root over 8RT by pi m in is to root over 3RT by m. That will be equals to root 2 is to root 8 by pi is to root 3. So now you will get 1.41 is to 1.5 is to 1.7. So this is the ratio of the three types of velocities of a particular gas. This is the ratio of the three types of velocities of a particular gas. Okay, so if you just convert this, if you just convert this, then anyway you get this ratio. Fine. If you convert this ratio, C star is to C star is to C bar is to C, you will get 1 is to 1.2 is to 1. It will be 1.28. 1.28. Let me write it here. C star is to C bar is to C will be equals to 1 is to 1.28 is to 1.224. Just if you convert this ratio, you will get this. Okay, convert it suitable by dividing with suitable number, you will get this. So yeah, so this represents what? This represents the ratio that which you have learned 3 types of velocities today of the gases. How are each velocity related to each other?